Hi everyone, this is me, Advocate Jamshed. Right now, you are watching my CorporateeLegasl. This is Sunday, and what's here I have in my hand to share with you. This is Has China Won? This is a new book, and I am really on it. And I would like to make that some major content here with you all guys that may participate some initial contributions to this vlog to your life, whatever you can learn. Yes, this is all about here. In this book, I will share to you some of the important readings. Like today, I shall share with you what are about the contents in this book. Yes, by 1950, when America decided himself to become in power and make a one-order rule in all over the globe, then up till now, America has faced falls and dawns, ups and downs throughout the period of life. And up till now, who is giving them the real competition in the practical form of the field? This is China. China is all about the people or other countries or individuals to countries or the bunch of nations deciding them that would be the real competitor to the America. And with a 1.4 billion of population, China is making an immense contribution in this world that is all about in this book. So I will share with you through this book that Has China Won by Kishore Mehbani, who have been the writer and have given his biography in a nice way that he is actually having in his personality the nature of Hindu culture and the Arab and Japanese and of Chinese culture. So this is all about the writer, and he have been Mohibani. Mohibani mean actually this is the word and Iranian word, and it's derived from the word Mehboob. Mehboob is beloved, to be beloved, and the Chinese challenge to the America primacy. This is the first thing, the Chinese challenge. This is written on the top of the book, the Chinese challenge to American primacy. Yes. So in this book, Kishore Mehbani have lined out excellently the contents and have given about the snapshot that this is all about the introduction of this book. It's the first chapter, and then it will be the China's biggest mistake, strategic mistake, and then the America's biggest strategic mistake, and then is China expansionist? Can America make U-turn? Should China become democratic? The assumption of virtue, how will other countries choose? A paradoxal conclusion, acknowledgement, and the last one is appendix. So I'm going to make you aware of some of the terms I have lined out and mentioned on my book. At the same time, you are watching book here. So what is all about revisionist? While reading this book, I have lined out such like things. So if you are a reader, I'm making this video for you on this Sunday. That is, Sunday is another contribution to my life, and I want this contribution that you all with me in this Sunday event. So this is all about the revisionist, someone who advocates some previously accepted ideas or beliefs, especially in a dishonest or misleading way. So revisionist is a word that will come in this book, and next will be a communicationist who tries to rewrite the maxims and justifies retreat from the revolutionary position. So this is not about the patriotic writers. This is all about the revolutionist writers that may use the old terms to transform into the current scenario of the period. And then it will be the Marxist and emotional charged term used to refer the extreme position, an advocate of Marxism. So who is the advocate of Marxism? The emotional and emotionally charged term. Okay, this is all about, and this is here. Now I give you a snapshot about the introduction. Is actually geopolitical contest that has broken between America and China and will continue for the next decade or two, although President Donald Trump launched the first round in 2018, it will outlast the administration, and the president has divided America, all his policies except one. What the one except? You may say that is the Kishore Mahbubani have given that his trade and technological war against China. So this is all about Donald Trump tenure and his Trump administration, whether they have given dent to each and every sort of department to the USA, but not in one, that is the war against China, in the technological and in trade. So this is all about, and then is the General Joseph Dunford, chairman of the Joint Chief of Staff, has said China probably poses the greatest threat to our nation by 2025. The summary of America's 2018 National Defense Strategy claims that China and Russia has revisionist powers seeking to shape a world consistent with the authoritarian model, gaining the veto authority over the other nations' economic, diplomatic, and security decisions. Christopher Wray, an FBI director, has said one of the things we are trying to do is view of the China threat as not just whole of the government threat but whole of the society. And I think it's going to take whole of society respond by us. So this is all about, they have given some references, and strategic thinker have given their views about the American establishment by and large enthusiastically supported Trump on China. It has curiously that on no one has pointed out that America is making the big strategic mistake by launching this contest with China without first developing a comprehensive global strategic deal with the China. So the other is Henry Kissinger. Dr. Henry Kissinger have mentioned in his breakfast with the Kishore Mahbubani at Manhattan in 2018. So the writer have a very good link with different diplomats and the thinkers of America, which he have given in his first introduction, and very interesting and access to provoke the questions and the first step of formulate the long-term strategic and the frame of the site of the questions. I have read it and gonna put it before you on this screen, that you will see the Big Ten. On the page number 4, it has given the Big Ten. Yes, like this. So you must see here whether the president of the world's population, America share global GDP was close to 50% of the World War II at the end of the World War II. Throughout the Cold War, the GDP of Soviet Union ever came close to the size of the America, reaching only 40% over the Americas as it peaks. Could America GDP can smaller than the China's in the next 30 years? This is the question he is asking. So in this book, the writer, the author is actually making different questions and putting the reader in some situation or condition that they must use their own mind to answer those questions, and maybe at the end of any chapter, whether I have seen, and for the readers who are going to read this is very helpful book to understand the current scenario, that in every chapter, its closing paragraphs, the writer and author has given a very conclusive remarks and very conclusive, even though in the before and mid of the chapter he is asking different questions. So another question, is it wise America to continue investing heavily in its defense budget? So all over the world, on a very interesting topic, starts from the page number 10, which I was saying you after the Second World War. Let's read it. Similarly, a few Americans are aware that the world has changed many critical. Yes, this is all about the introduction, and the introduction writer and author have given a memo. which starts from number one, the American chows, which have definitely hit the world largest power of economic and political to its knees as well, and it has written in the as a result, the Chinese leader will make a massive effort to avoid as long as possible an all-out geopolitical contest with America. It is a paradox of a great geopolitical contest that will be played out between America and China in the coming decades that it is both inevitable and avoidable. It is inevitable because many of the policymakers who will make the tactical decision that will drive this contest are possessed by the psychology and they see that sees all competition among the great powers as a zero-sum game. Hence, in China steps up its naval deployments in the South China Sea as a neighboring sea. The US Navy will see it as a loss and set up its presence in the region. Yet, as I hope to show, there is no fundamental conflict of interest between the United States and China in keeping the international waterways safe for freedom of navigation. In fact, China has greater interest in freedom and the navigation. This book also makes room for possible optimistic conclusions. If we believe that we live in an age of reason where our public policies were driven by hard-headed, rational calculations and geopolitical understanding of each other. Head China 1 is a good book, and in this introduction, we have drawn out the complexities amongst the geopolitical contesting countries, China and America, and how it can be managed. And the writer have thrown the light on the different questions of the emerging period of time and how we can manage this all in the current period, current scenario where the world globe is a very little, is a tiny for the global population living on it, the citizens who are surviving here, the countries who are allies of China and America as well. And most of the civilizations are hardly depending on the America, whether by way of their technological competition, whether by way of their dollar dependence. So this is my actually all remark about this introduction. Here in the introduction, I'm gonna put the link over here and of this book where you can download the PDF of this book. And in next, we shall discuss about the other chapters of this. And this is a very understanding, a very freedom and liberal book which facilitates our minds to think about what is all over the happening, from where America and China and their different thinkers are thinking that they will be individually participate in a game power. And the game power is not something like that, that it can be done by their individual decision. Yes, the alliances are there. The empirical and the paradox of the civilizations of in field, like in European unions, like the on the other side Russia, and on the other side if you see the Arabs and the Middle East, Southeast Asian countries. If you see here in India, India has the largest having history as compared to the Southeast Asian countries with the China, where on the other side, America have been come all over the way by only 250 years back. It come arose in this world, and by 1950, it put his purchasing power parity term in this world to making the away to rest of the world in his order. And up till now, we have read this all about, and you may continue to watching, subscribing my channel on YouTube, on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, social medias. I am providing links here in below the description of this video.